Here we are in week 2 of session 5, 2025. And right now we're looking at the project tracking sheet, and we are in our role teams right now. The idea is we're going to be building our resources, but we're going to do it a little bit differently. We're going to be adding some extra oomph or power to what we do as we complete these things and then move back into our teams to accomplish the project. So while we're in role teams, we are going to, wait for it, there we go, be using Magic School, which is linked at the top of Schoology. So when we click here, go down here, you will see that Magic School is, wait a minute, I accidentally grabbed that. Look at that, project tracking sheet. Let's move this around. Magic School, right there. So when you click on this, it's going to have you log in to Magic School, and I have set up a room for each one of our class periods so we can use it. And what Magic School will allow us to do, when I log in here, you will see this. I'm going to close this. We'll be using a handful of tools that I've set up for each one of our classes. We'll be using the Raina chatbot extensively to throw in questions based on prompts, to find resources, to differentiate them to our learning ability and what we're interested in and what works best for us. And we're going to practice those things. Again, we're doing the thinking, we're doing the critical thinking, and Raina or the other tools in Magic School are essentially the helpers that are tailoring things to us, finding resources for the goals that we have to reach our SMART goals, to do the training we need to on the technical skills for our particular role on our team. We're going to empower these tools to empower us and help us be better at what we're trying to do. So it's not doing the thinking for us, we are, but it's bringing us resources that will help us train ourselves. And we'll use it for question and answer as well. When you get stuck with something, there are no dumb questions, but you can use the chatbot to have it explain something as if it were explaining to a 6-year-old. We saw that with the Feynman technique last week. We're going to use that, and we're also going to differentiate things around the ultra learning process that Scott Young wrote about in his book of the same title. We're also going to be using other tools like the Pareto principle, the 80-20, what 20% gives you 80% of the results. I want you to focus on that. We're going to use that with some prompts in Magic School, and that's going to be, I think, pretty cool. So going back to, go out back up here. Again, we have our various assignments that we've done before. The only thing different is that we're going to be using Magic School to activate all kinds of extra ways of finding resources that are appropriate for what we're trying to do. Super excited about that. We are going to work through that this week and find out what works best for our process. Furthermore, on Monday, we are going to go back into U-Science and test our skills in our technical areas, so film production, game design, or an audio production. We're going to take a test, find out where we're currently at with understanding those technical skills. You will use that information to use Magic School to find resources to train yourself on the areas that you feel like you need more support. And I want you to do that while we're in session 5. So you're training yourself, working on being better in your role for your team. One of the big things we found out in Ultra Learning last week is that if you want to get better at a particular skill, make something. Put that skill into use into a project. That's what we do for every session, so we'll do that again. So this is going to be exciting. Adding new stuff to it, learning more, ramping up our ability to leverage resources. It's a very exciting time, and you're going to help me kind of restructure the class around these AI tools. Going to be fun. All right, thanks.